So Gary made this a long time ago. It's been in the boat for, what, since Thanksgiving. Just temporary. So today we're going to actually mount it. It was in bare wood, so when it came out the other day, I gave it 2 or 3 coats of sealer and 2 or 3 coats of the brown paint. The State Park Bench Brown is the color of this. So we'll caulk the boat, put it in, and start putting the screws to it. Originally, they would have used bedding compound for this, which is basically wax, linseed oil, wax, and minerals. We're going to do the dance down at this end. We might end up needing pry bars.
Well, we started out, Dwight and Isaac went along and tried to countersink all the proud, which means standing high, rivets and clinch nails. And then they put about 6 coats of Smith's penetrating epoxy primer on, and then followed that up with a couple coats of Interlux epoxy primer. And then Isaac put a real light coat of glaze on here of epoxy and a filler, and we sanded that. And then I went and did this real ugly looking heavy layer of epoxy and filler, and now I'm grinding it smooth. And that's a long, mindless project. You have to just keep going, and you can't move the board back and forth because you don't want to get any small flat spots or any dips. So you have to push it like that and keep a good bit of pressure on it and work it until it's all flat. And I have a bright light back there, and when I think I'm getting close to being done, you get back and you look down the length of the plank, and if you see anything shiny like this, that means you have to go back and continue to sand and ferre it in until you get a nice flat smooth surface the whole length there. After we glazed with an epoxy and a filler and sanded flat and tried to get all the little imperfections out of it, and now we're priming it with an epoxy primer, which consists of the base coat epoxy and a reactor, and then also a thinner. And I've got the base coat in here, and now I have to add the reactor. And then after I do that, there's a specific ratio you have to use. And then after that, we'll have to wait 20 minutes for the reaction to start in the primer, and then I can start applying it.
Okay, when this Lyman came in, it was pretty much faired with with wet system and fairing. And then they put 2 coats of Hallcraft 545 primer on it, brushed it on. We sanded that to try to fair this in and straighten out the shiplap. And from there, we put 4 coats of 545 primer on it after we sanded it to try to get it smoother. And now I'm sanding that down. I use 2 different colors of gray primer, one light, one dark on the outside. So as I'm sanding down, you can actually tell how much you're moving in and out and how much we're straightening out these panels. Because if you pan down the boat, you'll notice that there's raised and dipped areas down the hall. And what we're trying to accomplish is to give you the smoothest, flattest finish as we can. This is a good example up here, just with one pass of the sander, how rough it was, or is, even after we prepped it for priming. And you'll see here, this is where I'm taking all the wave out of the planks. Because of course wood, there's nothing flat or straight about it. So it does take a lot of steps to get it to this type of, especially when you're going to finish it with a spray gun. When you brush paint, there's a lot of leeway because you don't see it because of the ridges of the brush. But with this being a museum piece, everybody involved want to have a nicest finish it can have. So we'll straighten out some of these lines in here, make sure all these ridges are straight, and put 3 more coats of 545 white on it, primer. And then I'll sand that down again with 400, Scotch-Brite it. We'll wash it with Dawn and water to get rid of all the static and all the dust out of the pores. And replastic, totally clean the shop out. And then we'll be ready for 3 coats of, I believe we're going to use Allcraft 3000. They're new paint from Oxenobo. And I believe we picked out Catawba white. And we're going to go with that. And then we'll put the vivid red boot stripe on it.